Ever heard that saying, courage isn't the absence of fear, but acting in spite of it? Well, today we're diving into a real-life story that brings this quote to life, featuring an unlikely hero and a tense standoff that will have you on the edge of your seat. It all went down in the rugged, beautiful landscapes of the Pyrenees Mountains, a place where nature is both stunning and brutally unforgiving. Our story begins with a flock of sheep peacefully grazing. But they weren't alone. Unseen, a pack of wolves was closing in, their movements swift and silent, driven by instinct. The sheep, sensing the imminent danger, began to panic. Their bleats of terror echoed through the valley as they scattered in every direction, desperate to escape the predators. But it was chaos. The wolves, masters of the hunt, were beginning to pick them off one by one. The scene was grim, and for a moment it seemed like a complete tragedy was unavoidable. But then something incredible happened. Amidst the frenzy, one figure stood its ground, a mother sheep. While the rest of the flock fled for their lives, she did the exact opposite. She ran towards the danger, towards a strange, isolated stone tower that stood in the middle of the field. What was she doing? It looked like a fatal mistake. The wolves, surprised by this boldness, changed their focus and began to zero in on her. She was now their primary target, cornered and seemingly helpless against a whole pack. But she wasn't just standing there. She had a plan. As the wolves circled, getting closer and closer, she began to run, not away, but around the base of the tower. Round and round she went, a blur of white against the ancient stone. The wolves, confused by this bizarre behavior, followed her, trying to cut her off, to trap her. But the circular path was her fortress. The tight turns made it impossible for the wolves to gain enough speed or a clear angle to attack without crashing into each other or the tower itself. It was a brilliant, instinctual defensive maneuver. This wasn't just a random act. It was a calculated strategy born from pure maternal instinct. Why? Because her lamb was hiding, tucked away in a small crevice at the base of the tower. Her baby was watching, terrified but safe, all because its mother had turned herself into a living, breathing shield. She was buying time, creating a diversion, putting her own life on the line to protect her young. The standoff continued, a tense dance of predator and prey around the stone sentinel. The mother sheep's energy was flagging, but her will was unbreakable. For what felt like an eternity, she kept running, her powerful legs pumping, her heart pounding. The wolves, growing frustrated and exhausted by this strange, unwinnable chase, eventually began to lose interest. Their hunt was proving fruitless, and the energy they were expending wasn't worth the reward. One by one, they gave up, melting back into the wilderness from which they came. Once the danger had passed, the mother sheep, panting and utterly spent, slowed to a stop. She nudged her lamb out of its hiding spot, and together they slowly made their way to rejoin the scattered remnants of their flock. This incredible display of bravery and intelligence reminds us that courage comes in all shapes and sizes. It's a powerful reminder of the strength of a mother's love, a force of nature that can stare down the most terrifying of threats and win. What an absolutely breathtaking story of survival and sacrifice. It just goes to show you, never underestimate the power of a mother's will to protect her child. If you were as moved by this story as I was, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible tales from the wild. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.